Yes.
Yeah, fine. So let me just give a complete, just a very basic overview. So so we were discussing the syllabus. So as part of our syllabus, so we will be discussing core Python first. Okay, then we'll be entering into the Selenium with Python. So we'll be just completing all the Python concept, which is again an add-on to the existing syllabus. So this is I'm just teaching something which is an add-on to your Selenium with Python. So then we'll start with Selenium concepts, and then we'll be discussing about the complete frameworks. So we'll be discussing an extra add-on called API testing as well. So with a real-time project, end-to-end project with Jenkins integrations. Okay, we'll be seeing end-to-end project and third-party reporting tools and all. So we are going to see everything as part of you know automation testing, especially with Selenium and two add-ons. One is completely Python extra to that, and as well API testing. These two are separate courses, but we combined as a single course. That is one thing. So we were already discussing about. So coming to the process that we have already started discussing about Python. So we have already discussed to some extent of Python. I mean, only one or two classes has completed. You can get it from internet. So yeah, where are we actually, guys? Where are we? So that we can start resuming the.
Yesterday we discussed about test plan.
Yes, yes. So yesterday we discussed about test plan, right? So as I said, the test plan document is what? Test plan document is a document which will explain, which will give us a complete idea about what has to be happen, what has to be done. Everything will be done in the test plan document, which will be basically prepared by the team lead or the project manager. So first step for any testing, so the thing is like they should prepare the test plan document. So mostly the higher level people will prepare this document. So coming to the second step, which is every test engineer has to follow, it's called test environment setup. So what do you mean by test environment setup? So test environment setup is something like this. So suppose I want to test an application. I want to test an application in my company, which was a healthcare domain, which was into banking domain. Basically, see guys, in any company, almost out of 100%, 95%, there are only three company domains which all the companies will work on. So maybe it can be a banking domain, or else it can be an insurance domain, or a healthcare domain. Very little into the e-commerce and the finance domain, sales domain. So a lot of small companies works on. I mean, little companies, but majorly all the big companies works on banking, insurance, and then healthcare domain. The three are very big sectors as part of companies consideration. So environment setup means I want to test an application. Before I want to test an application, I have to make sure that which OS I'm testing. Okay, because see, they will ask us very clearly, test an application, test the application in the different environment. We say normally in a company there are three environments which will be available: dev environment, test environment, and UAT environment. So what do you mean by dev environment? Dev environment means, suppose developers want to develop an application. If developers wants to develop an application, they will consider, they'll keep separate environment. That environment means nothing but it is you can say it's a different URL. Okay, or you can say this different area where they will focus on, because there won't be any conflict with the test engineers. Suppose I'm developing something and you are testing something, so there will be a conflict. So what they will do, so they will create different environments. Environment means different URLs. So different URLs for dev people, for UAT people, for testing people. So what they will do, so developers will be working on dev environment. So they will provide us something called test environment, and after testing is completed, what they will do, they will move it to the UAT environment. If you want, I will show you an example with a small environment, which so all the changes that will be done in the dev environment may not be applicable, may not be available in the test environment or int environment. You can say, the names will be different, but normally what is this environment means? Dev environment is particularly for the developers. Int environment or test environment is particularly for the test engineers. Okay, UAT environment is particular. Suppose you are working for a client, so you want to deliver a product. So once your testing is completed in that test environment, you will move the changes, whatever the changes you tested, and you find out that okay, everything is clear. Then you will move the changes to the UAT. Then the UAT people will come. UAT is basically what? UAT is like user acceptance testing. So all the client people, business people, some group of random people will be testing that application. So that will be a different environment. So there won't be any effect with all the three people. So your test engineers, there won't be effect with UAT people. Developer people, while developing, there won't be any effect to you. So normally they will create multiple environments. So the names will be different for every company. It won't be the same, but all these environments will be there. So you have to make sure that which environment you are testing. That is called environment setup. And also suppose there any devices are there. So I mean to say, suppose you are doing any testing which is related to some device, you have to make sure that device setup is ready. So you have to make sure that the device is already there. So all the environment, that means maybe a OS, maybe the device, or maybe the build which you are testing. Okay, whatever it is, everything has to be ready. You have to make sure that everything is ready before you try to test that application. So that is called environment setup. Okay, you're getting right what you're saying. Environment setup means you have to make sure that your environment is completely made, okay, before you test an application. Yeah, you can ask me, right? Someone asking questions. Hello. Yeah.
So for each story, that piece will be deployed
See,
into.
story is different. See, story is different. Stories are requirements. Stories are requirements. See, I'll show you. This is called Agile board. Agile board is what? Agile board. Agile board is nothing but this is a place where all your stories will be kept out. Okay, Agile board, or you can say product backlog. I'll show you. This is called in Jira. Jira is a PMP tool. Okay, wait, just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll explain you what is with the example. I mean, directly I'll show you and I'll say. Okay, see, this is called the application, which is in which environment, guys? It is in which is in int environment. Can you able to see, right? In int environment. Why? Because int environment, it is in int environment. That means it is a testing environment. So all the changes that they do in the developers will be sharing it to the int environment. So I, as a test engineer, as we are a test engineer, we have to test it in the test environment. We have to test it in the test environment. We are not supposed to do it anything on the dev environment, because dev environment is particularly for them. See, there are some things that are developed in int environment. It may not be available in the UAT environment. See, suppose you see something like this. If I press on it, you can see. If I double click on it, something like this. If I double click on it, there is something coming, right? You can see, right? You can see that the UI of this truck section, you can see, if I keep some data, it is coming like this. So this is a small change which is developed newly. If I see the same change in the UAT environment, okay, it won't be available. Why it won't be available? Because that is not tested. Once I test and I confirm that okay, that is completely working, then the developers will move into that UAT environment. I hope you are getting right. Okay, you can
Yes,
see I have changed the URL. I have changed the URL. You can acquire any task. I'll just say you see. So UAT environment, it will be like hundreds of users. It was just like user acceptance testing. The testing will be done by all the business people, All the people from the client and alpha and beta testing will happen over here. Okay. Okay. See, I will just acquire Samta. You can able to see. You cannot see. You will not see the same changes or the same things that is there in int will not be available in UAT, because UAT is something that should not have any mistakes, because from here the production will go. From here the data will go to the production. That means it should be a perfect UI screen. There should not be any issues. Okay, I hope you are getting right.
So whatever task that we are supposed to test, that will be implemented time like in regular intervals, right? It's not like
Yeah,
after the
yeah,
app is
yeah,
developed,
yeah,
will be
yeah,
pushed.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
See, I'll show you something. So as we said, in agile, normally I'll show you what is exactly the agile process will work. I'll show you everything. Don't worry. See, if I see the same environment, now you can see the same environment which is in UAT doesn't have the same doesn't have the same way that is there as part of that. So it may have, it may not have, because we don't know the changes whether it is moved. See, it is there now. It is not coming now. It is not coming now. See, initially it was coming. When I press, it was coming some name. It was not coming now. It is not coming any name here. If you see the same thing, there is some names coming. There are some names coming. If you see here, there is no name coming with the same thing which I have provided. So that means they did not use this API. This API. This is the API which we are calling this. API isn't right. What is API? Basically, API is like it's a third party. You can say it is nothing but it is an application interface which is again providing to you on your application. So they are calling. So this API is providing you multiple names. These names are not being provided. That means they are not calling this API, or they are not properly calling the API. So there are certain tasks which will be there which cannot be implemented here. Okay, so which may be implemented, which may not be implemented. Okay, so you can say this is one environment which has to be created, and this is one. So if you could see, this is agile board. Agile board is what? Agile board is a place where you will find all your tasks. Okay, so now you see guys, what happens normally in companies. Everyone who wants to develop any application, they will start keeping the data in the to-do list. So what happens if you could see, anyone, all the stories which are assigned, stories are nothing but requirements. What is stories in Jira? Stories are nothing but requirement. So they will try to give you requirements like this. Requirement, something has to be there. Requirement, something. So they are saying there will be a general information card as seen in the QA curation to classification UI, or you can say normalized text editor better PR title. So they were asking this should be having a proper PR title. So I will just open. If I don't know what is that, I'll open it. Okay, for the requirements, how the testing will happen, you have to go through the story which is provided. This is a product backlog or backlog. Product backlog is nothing but it is a place where you will find all your stories, previous stories, and then active stories. Once you are done, you will find all your product backlog, all your previous stories. Okay. Sprint, this is called active sprints. What is meant by active sprints? In active sprints, you will get to know what are all developed, what are all yet to develop, what are all still in process. If you could see this screen, okay, to-do list means whenever any story assigned, what Scrum Master will do, Scrum Master will assign the stories to the developers, to the test engineers, to all the people. Once he assign, okay, what we have to do is, once he assign, what we have to do is, once that Scrum Master has assigned it, we have to pick up the task, and then the developer has to pick up the task. They have to move the task into the in progress. Once they complete the development, they will move the task to the ready to test. So we have to, as a test engineer, we have to pick up only the tasks which are there in ready to test. We have to pick up all the tasks, just to go through each and every story. All the stories, the same story which we are there here only, will be first initially moved to list by the developers. From there they will move to the in progress. From there they will move to the ready to test. We have to pick up the task. Once doing testing, If there are any errors, we'll go here, we'll create it. So okay, how to create a bug in thing? Go here and choose the issue type. Everything in Jira is called a issue. Go here and check up what. If you're creating any test case, click on test. If you're creating anything, if you're creating a bug, go and create one bug. Then you write the summary. What is that bug? What is the issue? Then you come here, you will come write assignee to whom developer, which developer you are assigning. The developer you have to provide. Suppose you are developing the developer, you have to choose it. Okay. Then once you come here, you have to see which versions it is affecting. What is the bug type? It is a new bug or regression bug, already existing bug. Which environment it found? Development environment, test environment, pre-production, production. Okay. Then we have to go here and defect priority. Defects we have to provide any which story it is actually issued to, which story it is assigned to. Okay, we have to provide that story. Then we have to provide any screenshots. Okay, and we have to write reproducible steps here, step by step, how it is happened. So I clicked on this, I did like this, I did like this, finally I got like this. Every step you have to write very clearly, and you have to click on create. Once you click on create, it will be assigned, it will be gone to the developer. So developer will check it and see, oh, there is a bug assigned to me. I will try to test it and I'll close it. Okay, so once you developed it and once he again reassign to you, it will come to the ready to test. Again pick the task, move the task into the close, done. So you can see, right, there is something called done in the end way. Once you, this is what every company is doing and every test engineer is doing as part of Agile. I hope everyone understood, right? Okay, every company is doing and every every test engineer or every person is doing as part of Agile.
So when
Okay.
we create a test, so this is a bug, right? So how about the test
No,
case?
not a bug, not a bug. That is not a bug. That is not. I mean, how to create a bug? You ask me. Yeah, that is
No,
how
you
to
just
create a
create
test case.
a bug. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just
So
create
you
a
have to
bug.
just create. You have to just create the test. Go here and create test. Okay. Then you have to. Okay. This is something which is you are assigning to someone. So you don't need to go and here do that. There is something called in Jira. Normally, we don't do in companies. Lot of companies don't do it in Jira. If you want to do it in Jira, there is something called Zipper test, which is an add-on that you have to provide. Okay, you are getting right.
Yeah.
Okay,
What is that again?
Zipper, ZEPHYR. I will tell you. I will tell you. Don't worry.
Okay.
1 minute.
Or you can upload it through Excel.
Yeah, that's what Excel sheet. Excel sheet. Normally, we will write with the Excel sheet. Okay. Excel sheet is what we will do it normally. Okay. I will just to show it. Actually, it is there last 1 minute. I have to, because see, if I want to do it in Jira, the way how you do is you have to go here, pick up the story. Okay, pick up the story. You have to pick up the story, which story you want. You will just go through that story. You will just try to understand the requirement. See how the requirement will be understood. Requirement will come to you in Confluence, or you can say version 1. There are multiple tools where you will get the requirement. So you have to just go through the requirement just to see what is this, what they are asking, what you understood from him. If you understood, okay, well and good. Otherwise, go to the developer. Still he is not able to explain, go to the business analyst, because the person who created it is a business analyst. He will explain you what is exactly this thing, where is the validation checkpoint you have to keep. Then you go to the more test. Okay, if you want to create test cases for it, go to the more test. There is something called create Zephyr test. Okay, otherwise normally it will be not there in Jira, because you have to add, this is a plugin that you have to add it. Okay, you just go and create Zephyr test. So once you create Zephyr test, I'm just giving you example. Okay, once you create Zephyr test, you have to say what is the summary you are creating. Okay, you have to say what to whom. Again, you have to assign to yourself, your same name you have to assign, because you are creating for your story. You have to assign to yourself. Understood, right? You're getting it. So everything that you create, you have to close it. So you have to say story points. What is the epic link? Okay. You have to say the release. What is the release version and all that required. Is it can be automated? Yes or no? You said say create. Once you create it, you will get a template where you will get some data like what are the test steps. Okay, what are the different test steps, what are the different test cases? So test cases, test steps, expected output, actual output, there will be a small template that you will get it, okay, as part of Jira. If I do it again, it will be assigned to the developer. I mean, to me, that will be a different task. So I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm not doing it because that will be a problem for me later on. So I will do it later. So now, at this point of time, I'm not doing. So this is the only procedure. Okay, go here and then do that. I hope you understood, right? So normally, what will be the case is, in normal almost every company, they won't be doing it as part of. They won't be doing it as part of. You know, Jira. They will be creating a separate template which is normally available for everyone. So in that template only they'll be creating.
You can raise the bug in CDEX also, right?
Sorry.
You can raise the bug in CDEX also, right?
Yeah, there are multiple tools. There are multiple tools you can use it in. I mean, the open source tools are TFS, Jira. TFS is again a test reporting tool which is provided by Microsoft, which is again a very famous tool that is used in almost many companies. So the template and everything will be different. See guys, everything is not the same. The template you have shown you, right, that is a Jira, that is like used by almost 90 plus company, 90% companies in the world. So there are certain companies which have their own format, own template. Okay, we cannot say that this is a exact template and every company follows. That depends on company to company. Okay,
No,
so
we are raising the bug in CDEX.
yeah, so that's what your company will do that in Sedit. So there are multiple Bugzilla, there are multiple TFS, there are multiple tools, Mantiza. So there are multiple tools which are available. So depends on every company, they will be doing that. Yeah so so I'll just go and explain you the other process. So now where are we? Yeah, after that,
బ్రెడ్ ఉంది, కీరా
yeah,
ఉంది,
hello, yeah,
టమాటో ఉంది,
can you
నువ్వు
please
తినొచ్చు.
go to mute? Can you go to mute, someone please go to mute.
తీసుకెళ్ళు, బ్రెడ్ ఉంది, నేను
Hello,
వాళ్ళకి
yeah, please go to mute. Okay, fine. Yeah. So now what happened, that environment setup is to be done completely. So you should be very clear with which environment you are testing. Okay, suppose you are testing in what do you say, you're testing in the int environment and you're raising a bug for UAT environment, that doesn't work out. So you have to be make sure that which environment you are testing and how the environment is exactly working and all. So that has to be clear before you
So
do
I'm not
anything.
able to view your screen.
Okay, I didn't share, I guess. Am I sharing? Oh, you're not able
No,
to
it's
see my
not.
screen.
No.
No.
Okay, well.
Hello.
Yeah, please speak on.
Yes, I want to know about the Jira a little bit. I mean, how we can remove duplicates in Jira.
What do you mean by duplicate
I
exactly?
mean, sometimes we have one more copy of the task, I mean, of the sprint or something like
No,
this.
everything you create, there will be assigned with a different story point. You will have a different number that will be created. You will never
So
get,
there
if you
is
create the
no
same thing as
chance.
well.
Okay. So there is
You
no
can close
chance.
it. You can close it, right? You mean to say how to remove the stories which are duplicated, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's.
Sorry. So if you want to remove any story from a sprint, or you want to move it to the next story, is it that way? Hello, 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 can you able to hear me, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, so basically, like when you expand that story, you will find something called sometimes you will find, if you want to move it, that there is something called trash bin. So when you click on that trash bin, then there is option called delete. You can do that. That is one option you can do it. I have to check it once because I cannot do that actually. Okay, I'm not supposed to do that as well.
Excuse me,
Can you
can't
share
do
your screen, please?
we
Sorry.
can't do your screen.
Okay,
Yeah, we
1
can't
minute.
do your
Just
screen.
oh, is that 1 minute? I'm trying to share my screen. Okay. Story basically is not been done from by us. Okay, story basically will be created by the story will be created by the Scrum. I mean, from the business analyst will be assigned to us by the Scrum Master. Okay, who will be assigning us? The Scrum Master will be assigned. We can edit it. Possibly we can edit it. I think configuration, maybe there are some fields like configuration fields which will help us, but to delete that story, that is a big question. To delete the story, I think there is something called trash bin. So I think we cannot, I'm not sure whether we can do it. Okay, delete the story will be a task of actually the team. Once we extend it, basically there is something called, yeah, remove from sprint. There is something called remove from sprint. We can remove it from the sprint. We can remove it from the sprint.
Okay, because I have it's happened with me. That time I stuck, so that's why I'm asking this question.
Okay. So maybe like you can able to remove it. If you could see my screen, if you could
Your
see my
screen is
screen,
not visible.
yeah,
Yeah,
is it fine now? It is fine
yeah.
now. If you could view my screen, so there is something called remove from sprint. Basically, you can go and you can either click on this remove from sprint. This will be removed from this sprint. It will be moved to the backlog. There, I think you can able to remove it. So why do you want to delete some task that is assigned to you? You can close it. No, if you don't work it, you can close it, or you can move it to the next sprint. You can move it to the next sprint.
I just want to clean my sheet, so that's why I was just try. So that time I
Okay.
just realized I'm in this feature, so it's not happened
Okay.
that time.
Okay. Maybe I have to check it if there is any option that I have to check it. Is there any, if there is any kind of story that is actually there, I can able to rely on that. Okay. I understood what you said. Fine. Yeah. So I will just check it out. So once that is completed, what we'll do, what we'll do is basically we will move to the test case designing. So test case designing is a step where we will try writing the test cases, because
Can
see,
you
for every company, once the test plan document, which is not your hands, it will be done by the manager.
excuse
So
me?
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. But before we proceed, I want to understand like how do you import your Excel test cases onto Jira?
Okay, so normally there is two ways. One is uh, if you are using HPALM, there is a process you can able to import the test cases and all. So if you want to import test cases into Jira, I mean, which you have written in the third party thing and all. So then I think so I think there is some way where you can able to import the test cases from the Jira. 1 minute. I have to go through the board. 1 minute. Because normally we don't. We write it in the Jira itself for people who
Oh,
wants to.
by using the Zipper thing.
Sorry.
So how you write your test cases in Jira using Zipper?
Yeah, Zipper. We'll write the test cases in Jira using Zipper. Yeah. So
Oh,
once you basically, there is something called we can able to import it also. There are ways where we can able to import it also, import the test cases. So while you are writing the test case, there you have to create the test case first. So there will be option whether you want to import it, or whether you want to whether you want to import the test cases, or whether you want to proceed it without importing that. So in the Jira there will be an option. Okay. Hello.
yes. Can you show by creating a new test case? then we'll know, right?
Yeah, so I will just show you the new test case, how to create it, but that will affect me. Yeah,
Or maybe
see,
you
you are
cannot,
seeing the screen.
you need not assign it to anybody, right? Can we simply create a test case? Is it possible?
No, I have to either assign to me. See, this is the Jira task I have acquired. This is the Jira task I have acquired. So I just need to go, as I said you, I need to go here. I need to say more. In the more, I have to create zipper test. In the zipper test, I have to say that, okay, what is this story is all about? I have to see, understand which story is that. Otherwise, I cannot. Yeah. Let me do one thing. Let me not go to all the stories. I will just go and see all the things that are developed, and I'll create the story. I'll test case. So here, suppose think that there is four tasks, 4 stories are assigned today for me. Okay, guys, see. Suppose there is send data source and URL in the test payload. 4 classification task inbox. Suppose this is that some story which has been assigned to me. Else I'll do one thing. I will take up this one, this story, simple story, and then I am just analyzing it. Once I analyze that story, I'll create a subtask. If you want to do that, you can able to create a subtask. If you want to do multiple things, I'll go here. I'll create more. In the more, I'll create zipper test, and then I'll just write validating. Okay, I'll write something validating my text normalization, or you can say text normalization. For PR title or PR title, whatever it is. I'll go here, I'll unassign, or I'll say a priority, I'll assign to myself. Okay, otherwise it will be a problem. Okay, I will go here, I will just go here, I will just say create. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm going to create. Okay, once I create, can you able to see, right? There is some story which has been completely created. Okay, you can go and you can see the story. For this story, there is some sub story assigned. What is that? 1840, which is been mine. Okay, this is the subtask which I have created, or you can say this is the test case which I have created. Okay, so I'll open the test case which I have created. If I open the test case, if you could see the test case which I have created, see, I'm double clicking on it. Okay, once I double click on that story, you could able to see, right, there will be some steps. This is the template. You have to write the test steps. What you do, you click on this, you do that, you do that. What is the test data? What is the inputs you are providing? What is the expected output? Okay, what is the actual output? Okay, your any attachments are there? Okay, any attachments are there? You have to just to provide. If you want to provide the next test step, you can go for add test steps. Are you getting right, guys? Are you getting right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you getting right? You have to write all these things. Once you write all these things, okay, you can able to go here and try start work, or you can say more action, start test. Okay, attach files. What is this? Okay, attach files normally doesn't works out, but you have to go to execute. See, you have to go to execute. In the execute, I will not do anything. Okay, they will say execute ad hoc or execute test case and test cycle. So you once you say execute ad hoc is like general. Okay, so which version, which you must in test case and test execute. If you see ad hoc, if you say execute, okay, it will open a test template. Okay, it will open a different template. Okay, here you have to import the test cases. What you have to do, guys, you got it right? Here create a new issue, or if you want to import any test case, you go here, attachments, you can go here. If you want, you have to say it is unexecuted. You have to go, you have to say pass or fail. If you want to pass it, sorry, if you want to pass it, you have to say pass or fail. You have to go here, you have to go here, you have to say any attachments are there, defect, this is a template, whatever you have written there, it will come over here. Once you have written, if you have any defects, you have to assign it. If there are no defects, you can leave it as it is. Okay, you have to, if you there is any attachments, you can provide that. So come here, come down. Yeah, whatever you have written there, that has to be reflected over here, guys. When you are written there. So once you are done, if you say pass, it will be passed. Okay, you have to say assign to whom. Okay, any defects assigned to that, any attachments you want to provide, you can import here possibly. I hope you are getting right. So
But there
I
is no
will do.
import from Excel, I guess.
Yeah, there is no import from Excel. There should be import. There will be something called test suite. So in the tests, I guess there will be some test suite which will be provided. So
Okay.
that we have to do that. Okay, fine. So this is what normally we basically do it. Otherwise, we'll have a complete template. Okay. We'll have a complete template where we have to,
Right.
provide. Hello. Yeah, we will have a complete template where we will completely provide, the end-to-end data. So we'll be having a test description, we'll have a test data scenario, we'll be having complete template. So as you know that there will be a complete template which we have to completely say end-to-end data. So we have to say what is this. I think I have it, I'm not sure where is it. I will just get it tomorrow possibly. I'll show you because it will take some time now to write it. So you have to create a test case normally. One minute. I don't find it actually. There would be somewhere else I have created. Test case, test cases, test case, test template. Okay, okay. I don't see it actually. It would be somewhere else where I have created. I will get it possibly someday. Okay, tomorrow. Or, I will say you now a very basic idea of what is that. So the template will be like this. Some ways you will be having Excel. You create Excel file. In the Excel file, you will be having a complete template. See, guys, I'm saying end to end, line to line. So you will be having the first step of test case. Every test, it is not the proper template structure. It depends on the company to company. Some companies may have, some companies may not have, but a lot of companies will. So 90% companies, I mean not again 90%, some 60 to 70% they'll create in Jira. Some companies they will not create in Jira. Some companies will try to import it from the external source. They'll have a separate template. So the first step in the template is like you are saying about
Title.
test case ID. What is this? Test case ID. So first test case ID. Then you can say TC001. Suppose the ID you are creating TC00. Then test case, test description, or you can say test scenario. Okay. Normally, what it will be having? Tell me in your things. Test scenario, test description. What is the description of the test? Description DESCRPTI. Next, test description afterwards. What is that? Test, huh? Test
Setup.
step. What is setup? Yeah, test steps. So then expected output. Then actual
Result.
output or actual result, whatever you say. Actual output. What is actual result or actual? You can say expected results are. Sorry, I'm sorry. You can say expected result, because anything that depends. To make it here. Yeah. Actual result. Then test pass. Test. You can say pass fail. if it is a pass or if it is a fail, and then comments. This is not the bug ID. If you have any bug ID, you can provide the bug ID. Normally it will be like bug ID. If you are creating any bug ID, you can say bug ID, or you can say defect ID, whatever it is, guys. So that depends. So your company may have a different template. So with the name, okay, defect ID. Then you will have something called comments. Why it is happening? What is the reason where it has happened? So this will be the normal template for every test case. You can see, right?
Test case ID will be from Jira.
No. Test case ID, you can mention any test case ID. Okay. So you have to start writing like this. You have to start writing test case ID, test scenario. What is a test scenario? Tell me what is a test scenario. Based on this requirements, how do you do in companies? Based on the requirements, what you will do? You will just to go through the story, guys. You go through the story, you will understand. Okay, they're saying like this. This is what. If you understood, well and good, guys. If you don't understand, go directly to the developer. I mean, developer, else go directly to the business analyst. Developer is someone who will not say you. Okay, so you have to go to the business analyst. If you don't understand, you can go through a developer how it is developed. Okay, business analyst, you can go for what exactly the requirement is. Okay, so you will go start writing the things. Okay, test scenario. So I'm validating what validation of user ID. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, login. What is this? What is the scenario?
Excuse me, I
Hmm.
have a question. So, will the story be not discussed in the Scrum meeting or?
Yeah, they have to discuss. See, everyday meetings. See, you can see my. There is something called. This is my. Teams, or you can say this is a common chart where we have to be. So if you go and see the calendar, every day there will be a Scrum meeting. You can see, right? Every day. Today I have a Scrum meeting which will be conducted by the Scrum Master. We have to join that Scrum meeting. We have to say what stories we worked on, what is the progress of that stories, whether we have completed, whether we are into still testing, is there any defects happen, is there anything that we have to work on. All these things will be discussed in the Scrum meeting every day by everyone.
About
Okay.
the story, like would they not explain the story?
No, why
The
do they explain? Scrum meeting is a common call that will be conducted for all the people. Developers will be there, test engineers will be there, business analysts will be there, Scrum Master will be there, product owner sometimes will be there. All these people will be there in the call. You have to just to showcase your updates, and if there are any blockers that you are finding, you have to say them, sir. I mean, you can just mention that you are facing this. These are the blockers you are facing. Okay, or these are the things stories you have worked on. You have closed the stories like that. You have to give an update so that they will get to know, okay, where are we, what is happening and all. Okay, you can directly connect with the developer and you can ask them if you are having any doubts or if you are having any problem with any story. You can go through the developer and ask them, could you please explain me about this story? I'm not able to
Usually, but when a story comes up, when a new story comes up, don't they discuss the story and story points and all
yeah,
that?
that is called sprint planning. So what happens normally before any sprint, you can see the calendar here. There is something called sprint planning meeting which will be conducted at the starting of the sprint. Okay, there will be sprint retrospective and then sprint planning. Sprint planning is a thing meeting that will be conducted in the starting day of your sprint, making sure that what are the stories that should be discussed, what are the assigned stories will be assigned to the developers, what are the stories that will be assigned to the test engineers. So got it, right? You can see, if you could, I will show you. There is something called not 20 is a big date, right? I can just get it when the story start, right? Give me a minute. Oh, sorry, it has to go down. I have to go down and check. Yeah, can you able to see there is something called pre-planning for upcoming sprint? It is called sprint planning session. Can you able to see?
Yeah.
Sprint planning session they will provide. Pre-planning will be there. Then retrospective will be there. There is something called retrospective. Then what is gone wrong, where you have to work on, everything will be conducted. The Scrum Master will not leave you. Everyday calls, your calendar will be fully booked. Okay, you have to give demos, you have to give
Ret-
showcase it to the client and all. Okay, all the other some unwanted meetings will be there where you don't want. They'll keep many hours of meeting. So you don't need to join, but you have to
Retrospective will
join it.
be at the retrospective will be at the end of the sprint, right?
Yes.
What
So,
went wrong? And what went right.
yeah. How do we work on next sprint and all? How to link a issue? What is the issue you want to link? You can link like this, right? What issue you want to link? Suppose everything in Jira is called issue, guys. Even it is a bug, it is a test case, it is whatever it is called issue in Jira. Okay, Jira in Agile, everything in Jira. Agile is nothing but it is a methodology. So Jira is a tool that will be working with Agile process. So in Jira, everything is nothing but a issue. Okay, everything is nothing but a issue. Okay, you can create any issue, you can assign to anyone, you can make sure that what is happening and what. Okay, so these two are main things. Backlog and active sprints are main things. In backlog, you will get all the sprints. In active sprints, you will find all the what to be tested, what is there in your bucket today, what you have to pick up, what you have to work on, and all these things will be provided. Okay guys. So if you come here, if you come to the test cases, you have to mention the scenario. What is the description of that? Okay, sometimes it is not required, guys. Okay, what is the test steps? You have to write step by step. So you clicked on this, you open this website, you clicked on this, you enter the step. Okay, you have to click on it. You have to do this, you do action. Okay, what exactly the step you have to perform, that you have to write it. Step 1, step 2, what is the step 2? You have to enter the data. Okay, step 3, you have to uh, you have to see something like that. You have to write according to that. After that, you have to see expected results. What should come when user clicks on it, or when user clicks on something, there should be some action performed. So user should able to see the view. User to able to click on this one. Like that, you have to write in expected results. Coming to the actual results, this should be written only after testing is done. You cannot write actual results. Actual results are those results which will be provided only once the testing is completed. So you have to test the application manually according to the in some companies they will be providing you the complete test cases. In some companies they'll ask you to write the test cases. That depends on the company to company, and that depends on the requirement. So suppose if they are providing you the test cases, you have to go through every test case. You have to understand the test steps, and according to the test steps you have to execute the manually. Suppose they are saying click on it, you go to the application and then you click on something. They are asking something like this, you enter some data, you go and enter some data. Are you getting right? So according to the steps what they have provided, otherwise according to the story you have to write your own test cases. Okay, what suppose they are asking, suppose this is a story, they are asking there should be some card which has to be there. I didn't understand this story, I'll go to the screenshot, because some in some test cases they will provide the screenshot. By seeing the screenshot I did understood, I got an idea, oh there is something that has to be added on the screen. Okay, now I will write the test cases accordingly. I have to write it, I have to go, I have to say okay, click on this screen, click on this screen, go to this screen. Okay, see that in the last section there is something created. If that created, whether all the fields are existing. Okay, whether I am able to provide the data, I have to do the positive test cases, negative test cases, I have to enter the values, different test data I have to provide. All these things has to be written. No one will say, as a test engineer you have to do that. Okay, are you getting right? Okay, you have to write the positive and negative test cases. Got it right? Not the only positive test cases, you have to write second thing for all the past scenarios, for all the you know negative scenarios. You have to write a scenario name. Okay, validating the login page when the username and password is, when validating username. Okay, for positive, for right username and password. Okay, validating username for wrong username and password. Then test description, basically this description would be the same, so you can clearly explain about what is that test case is speaking of. Then you go here, you write test case 3, like that. You, for one scenario, or you can say for one test case, one scenario, you may have multiple scenarios, or you can have multiple test cases. Got it, right? Okay, you have to write all the positive test cases, negative test cases, expected results. So once you test it, you say okay, it is working as per thing, then you can say pass. Otherwise, you, if it is fail, you go and raise the bug and say here fail, and then you can say you can mention the bug ID. What is the ID? Some number will come, that number you provide here, and then you can write. So if there is any blocker, you can write here, say that blocker or any comments. So so the environment is not working. Okay, not working, so that is a blocker. The whole test case will fail. So like that, you have to mention everything in your test cases. So once you are done with this, you have to attach these test cases to that story point, and then you can assign to the, you can close that test case. I hope you are getting right what I'm saying.
What about test data, sir?
Test data is like multiple test data. Test data is nothing. Yeah, that depends. See, test data is nothing but what data you are passing. You are giving a username, proper password. Suppose you are validating a login page. You have to see that whether username is correct, password is correct, username is correct, password is wrong, username is wrong and password is right, or username and password both are wrong. You are providing more than 100 characters. Suppose the limit is only. So you have to see the requirement. You have to pass multiple test data, different test data based on the requirement. Okay, what that actually the story is speaking, or what the test case validation checkpoint is. According to that, you have to write the test cases. Okay.
Can
Got it
we
right?
prepare the test cases beforehand, or the story has to be developed?
No, how you can create a test case before your requirement is not provided? See,
Usually
you're
in
getting it.
waterfall method and all, design phase only you will be given, right? Some
No,
requirements
test case, no, requirements will be provided. See, test cases normally will be prepared only once the requirement is provided. In some companies, there is something called SRS document. They will be providing you software requirement specifications, and then BR, business requirement specifications, where you will get the complete product model. There is something called product model. They will say you what has to happen on what has to pop out for what has to come out for what. They will say you, according to that you have to design your test cases. Okay.
Yeah, the BRD document. So that doesn't
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
in Agile.
yeah, that doesn't happen. I mean, that you don't focus much. That will be also provided if in some I mean in some cases you'll be also provided with the documents, but majorly we will not focus on that.
And for regression testing also, is it the same how you create your tests?
Yeah, regression testing also the same. Regression means end to end. You have to see, you have to check what is basically regression. Regression testing is nothing but it is a testing that will be happened in order to check if there is any new build release happens. Suppose your application is being tested properly and you say that okay, there are some bugs, and you raise the bugs to the developers fixed it, you retested it, you closed it. Okay, they move to the UAT environment, they have tested it, everything is working fine. They I mean, so they have deployed it in the some environment. Once the deployment happens, you have to check that, I mean, once your application is deployed, once it is being built, okay, there is something called build. Every time your application has to deploy in Jenkins in order to make sure that application is refactoring every time. So once the deployment is happen, we have to check it again. Is there any functionalities, the new functionality that are added, new features that are added in that sprint is not affecting the testing, and all the previous bugs which you have found out in the previous test cases. Normally regression is being regression testing is to check all my, is my application working properly, end to end application is working properly when a new build release has come into the market. Got it right? So sometimes what happens, a new build release comes, your previous functionalities will not work. Okay, in order to check all the functionalities and the new affected functionalities, you will try to use something called regression suite. You will create a regression suite both for the test cases manually, and also for the automation. So you will have to find out. Yeah, and also for the automation. Normally automation is basically done in order to check the regression suite. So we create the regression suite in automation. Okay, I will say, you don't worry. I'll show you the framework, how exactly the regression suite is created. Lot of things we are going to see here. There is nothing. I'm going to show you end-to-end framework development, end-to-end from the scratch. Okay, so we are still in
PyATS
the
only, right? We'll
only practical, huh?
in PyATS, right? That's regressions development.
PyTest framework will, sorry,
No,
Py,
PyTest only, right?
yeah, PyTest. So I will show you, don't worry, I'll show you the end-to-end regression sanity suite, how to create, what is the smoke testing, what in real time. I'll show not just with the basic explanation, with the live information or the live screen, so that you will not forget it. See why I'm showing all this live, because the reason you will not forget it. Okay.
In regression also, we need to create the job files and
Sorry,
we need to
I didn't
create
get
job files, right? Job files. We need to create job files, right?
yeah. You have to create the job files. Yeah.
Job files.
You have to create the job file. That depends on the company to company. So then after you are writing the test cases, you have to do some last step is called test execution. I mean, after that, test reports are there. So test execution is a step where you will try to what you will do in the test execution. You will execute the step end to end as per the test cases, or as per the requirement. You will try to execute means you will manually test that application. Okay, suppose they are asking, go here and click on it. You will do all positive and negative testing. Go and do resolve. Is it resolving or not? Why it is not taking? If I double click, it is coming. If I'm canceling, it is canceling or not? Whether I'm able to add a new data, whether I'm not able to add. All these things will be done in the execution. Then test the reports. You have to share the reports to the client. Okay, sir. In this sprint, suppose I'll show you the example. I'll show you the example. Don't worry. Sign off mail should be sent to the client. Sign off mail should be sent to the client saying that in this sprint I have tested this many stories. All these are passed, all these are failed. I have retested, I have failed. So make sure that you are not showing anything failed. Okay. You can see that there will be a sign off mail that will be provided. There will be a sign off mail that will be provided. See, I can able to see, right? There will be a sign off mail. We have to say very clearly how many test cases has been planned, how many are been executed, how many pass, how many fail. There will be a different template, not the same template for every company. Okay, guys, got it right? How many wrapped up out of it? How many logged? How many outstanding? How many present bugs? How many closed? How many are there? Then we can able to provide the stories. What are the stories you worked on? Okay, guys, you are able to understand what I'm saying. Okay, there will be a template like this. What are the stories? See, you can see the story template. What is the story number? Okay, how many test case span for that story? How many executed? How many passed? How many failed? Can you able to see how many? What is the percentage of approved rate? Percentage of defect? Percentage of complete? Percentage of automation? Percentage of automation? Some story doesn't require automation. You don't need to say like that. Okay. What is the target completion date? What is the status? Are you getting
This
right what I'm saying?
should be sent for every sprint.
Every sprint to all the directors. See, there is a director involved, so there will be a high level management. It is a product based company which I was working. So you can see that I have to say send it to the director. See, QA director. So all these people will be there in the, he's from America someplace, chief data officer and all. So you have to send where all your stakeholders, big people will be there. They will get to know all these things. Okay, what are the things that you have
So
tested and all. Okay.
you can generate this report in the Jira, right? How to generate?
Which report you can't generate it, you have to create it, you have to separate. There will be a you have to send to developers, you have to send to all the people, you have to send to the lead content technology. You have to send to multiple stakeholders. Okay,
Because
not
in
one person, you have to send to multiple. Yeah,
in HPLM, I think we can take a report, right? You can generate a report based upon.
you can generate. Yeah, here you cannot generate a report.
I think
Which you
here
have to do it
whatever you have
manually.
shown below, that is generated only, right? The percentages, is it not?
No, there is something called, no, not generated. This is a template that they provided. We have to provide this template. This is not a generated, this is the template which we have created. There is something called release notes. After everything, you have to provide a release notes. You have to attach your results in the Confluence page. There is something called Confluence. So this is for you are sending, making sure you are asking for QA sign off. What is the mail? It is about QA sign off. Your sign off, your sign off after your whole sprint is completed. You are saying sprint.
When do
PA.
you sign off, should all the bugs be removed? Like there should be no
No,
bug?
no. Yeah. Make sure that sprint is completed. See, every sprint has an end date. If you could go and see here, in the active sprints, what happened to it? I am unable to do it.
So my question is, what is the criteria for the QA manager to sign off? That's my question. Like, should there be no bugs or?
No. See. There is something called the. See, there is the start date. This many projected end date. So 2 weeks sprint. How many weeks sprint it is?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks sprint. So start date and end date. Can you be able to see, guys? Start date 28 and then projected 10th November. This is the sprint to 2 week sprint. So by that time, make sure that all the stories in the to do and in progress has to move to done, and ready to test has to move to done. Nothing should be there in this 3. Everything has to be into done. Okay, that is the final endpoint. Okay, otherwise Scrum Master will be into the damage. Senior management will ask them. Otherwise, if you are unable to do it, you can move that into the next sprint. Suppose this story you are not working. What you will do? You'll immediately go here. You will move that story. See, this story is there. I cannot work on it. I will do what I have to make exact reason why I cannot work on it. I can move here into the next sprint. Next sprint story is already developed by the business analyst. You have to move this. You have to copy it and move it here. So that next sprint you have to develop it, or you have to test it, or you have to do whatever you want. You got it right? You have to say that if you are unable to meet the deadlines of your sprint, you have to move that into the next sprint. That depends again on the Scrum Master and the business analyst whether they have to take it into forward to move into next sprint, or they have to do some action item. Got it right?
Okay, but so when will you give QA sign off? Only because
after testing it. No. Doesn't mean that whether see there are multiple ways. It is not like all the bugs are completed and all. You raise a bug, that fix is not happened, the sprint date is completed, you will give a sign off making that there are outstanding bugs, open bugs. The reason you have to mention why these bugs are open still. So there is some environment issue that is not fixing from many days. You have to mention the name. So you understood now?
Okay.
Understood, right? Doesn't mean that all the bugs are being tested and all the pass. So pass is not our criteria. Test engineer should make sure that there is error. If it is a pass, then there is no problem, right? You have to raise as many bugs as possible for every sprint.
Okay.
Okay. Guys, fine, right? Everyone? So you practically understood, right? Everyone practically understood what is happening and all. Any doubts you are facing, anyone?
No.
Everyone understood how to happen, how to do that. Everyone, any doubts? Because see, the same thing is going to happen. Future also we are going to see all the things like step by step. Framework also step, one step, second step, third step. Like live only, everything coding, everything. No, I don't teach much theory, as I said. I'll show you much practical. Okay. Rather, I'll show you much practical what is required. Yeah, fine. Thank you. So any other doubts for anyone? Because I had to close it here. I had to move into other class.
Sir, will you start Python tomorrow, or it will take one more day with this manual testing?
Sorry?
Will you start Python tomorrow, or will you? Is it required about some more days time here?
No, not some more days. I will start it. See what happened. People, they said again demo. Instead, they asked me for demoing for 2 days. So that is the reason I took it for demo. Tomorrow onwards, I will continue my things, because I have to obviously move to my my syllabus part. So I have to move it. From tomorrow I'll be teaching. I'll be starting. I've already started. So very basic part. It is already available in internet. So tomorrow onwards I'll be continuing that Python.
Means tomorrow will be first day, right? In 35 days course,
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be first day, right?
Yeah. You don't need to worry about. Yeah.
Because
Any
no,
doubts?
this Jira, company will give KT to the new joinees. If we say we don't know Jira, we have not worked on Jira, means definitely company will give training.
No. Companies doesn't much companies don't give it, because Jira is something that you have to know it before. Jira, everyone nowadays, every company is expecting you to have a complete end-to-end idea on Jira. So fine, yeah, that depends. That depends on the company, and see, lot of
So,
companies don't give it if you are a experienced person. If you are a
okay.
fresher, maybe they'll be giving. See, every company is using Jira. That is very common, and they don't expect you to come without any knowledge on Jira. They expect you to complete knowledge on Jira. That is what every company has. So normally the thing is like you should have an idea on Jira. So Python and as well we have to start. See, the reason I am not teaching Python now is they said again new people are joining to take up some demo. That's the reason. Otherwise, I would again move into our Python, which is very which we discussed prior to some days, and we'll be discussing that. So there won't be any issue for us. We'll be continuing every step. So we already seen, right? We have already seen some of the Python concepts. Okay, we'll be continuing that. That's not a problem for us. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Total
So
use.
sir, one question, please.
yeah.
Yeah. So I have done Java before, but I haven't any experience with Python. But I just want to know a little about how different from Java this language. I mean, I just want to know a little idea about it.
Yeah, so comparatively in Java and Python is a bit simpler language. It's easy to code compared to Java. And there are, yeah, as you know that there are quite some, what do you say? There are quite some advantages Java has and also Python has comparatively. So in Java there are a lot of frameworks which are already built in. So you can easily integrate the things. Python is like upcoming, and which is again having a huge market share in terms of usage in companies. So Python has also some of the limitations and some of the advantages, like ease of code, ease of integration. As it is a scripting language, you can easily integrate to other tools, third-party integrations. So you can easily validate them. So compared to Java, Python is simple, easy, and can do the same task what Java can do in automation scope. And Java is already a popular tool which is existing from many days. Okay, and almost comparatively the market share is little big in Java compared to Python. That is what the expected tool. But nowadays Python is emerging as a very huge integration tool in terms of Selenium with Python. So this is again a very you can say uh, advantage for us to learn Python.
Okay. So as
So
like
there are certain
Java is
things.
like huge. Yeah, the Java is
Yeah, very huge,
huge. That's
huge,
why I
huge.
choose Python. So that's
Yeah,
my
Python
first
is simple.
experience with
Python
this
is simple.
language.
Python
Oh,
is simple. You will get to know as we progress. You will get to know all the things what we are
all right.
processing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So Jira classes and all, basically, it is better if I show you the practical. See, practical is something that you can ask the doubts. I mean, Jira is that just I have shown you as we are discussing that test environment. So, but we will continue with our syllabus part. Once we are completed, then we'll be progressing on it. Yeah. So tomorrow we will start with Python class. I'll be providing you some important questions which will be asked, functions, everything we'll be discussing. Everyday basis we'll be discussing core Python, guys. Don't expect a whole end-to-end Python, everything in Python and all, because this is an add-on syllabus I'm providing. I'll be completing the core Python end-to-end. Yeah.
The regular expression is not there in Python.
No, we are not discussing that.
Okay.
I'll discuss if required. So I'll discuss. No worries. That's not a big deal.
Most of the interviewers are asking of regular expressions.
No, that is simple. We can do it. Yeah, we can discuss that.
Okay.
How much of Python will be used in automation? A lot.
A lot of, see, in interview if you go, I'll show you the interview. Interview. What is it? Points. Share. 40% will be asked in interviews only on core Python and the programming concepts of Python and the core concepts of Python. 20% they'll be asking, 30% they'll be asking on the Selenium concepts, and 10 to 15% Selenium and framework. They'll be focusing more on 40, and then 40%. 40% on the Selenium concepts, framework concepts, okay, and the agile process and all. So then GitHub and your communication and your what do you say, your real-time exposure, your challenges and all, that will cover again 10 to 15%. So see, 40% is in core Python and programming Python. Out of 100%, 40% share. Again, that depends on interviewer. Cannot make a trademark, or you can say threshold limit that this is the only share for all the interviews. That depends on the interviewer. Okay, so 40-40, you can say 40% separately for your Python, 40% for your script framework, all your core concepts of Python, and 10% for your CI/CD tasks. Okay, 10% for your agile. So 10 to 15%. They'll be asking what is your work and all. %. This is the complete share. And then, sorry. Okay, what is this? 35, right? 35 plus 15 is around. Okay, yeah, this is the way. Okay, this is a share here. This is the normal share. 40% they'll ask only on Python core, Python interview questions, Python programming questions. They can ask you anything. 35% they'll ask you core concepts of Selenium concept, Selenium framework concept. 10% and Git, Jenkins and all integration tools. 15% they'll ask on Agile, real time. What are the challenges, things that whatever they want to ask. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks a lot. I just want to move it.
Tomorrow there will be session on 7:30, right? Morning.
7:30 sharp. I cannot join, please. I can join 7:40. Is that fine? 7:40, 45 max.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Because I have to work till 9, night 10, night 12, somewhere around 12 change. So I cannot get up that early. That is a big problem. So 7:45 I'll be joining. Is that fine, everyone? Not less than that. Not less
Okay.
than that. Because just 15 minutes, not more than. And this is a regular timing for every, till the last day. Okay, we don't make changes.
Okay.
Okay, there won't be any
Okay.
change in the timings and all. Fine, right,
Okay.
everyone? Thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye.